Well, this isn't our typical background. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for July 1st. We're down here at Ravenna Golf Course in Littleton, Colorado for David Bruton's book club. Essentially, he's out here raising money for kids and literacy, which is amazing. We're going to see some former Bronco players out here, hopefully snag a few of them for coffee break later today. But excited about be out here. It is a beautiful day, quite literally the perfect day to be golfing. We got some $1 million homes behind us. It is stunning, but one Broncos QB is having quite the offseason. Like I said, welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for July 1st. Everybody, let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Well, congratulations are in order because Broncos quarterback Zach Wilson got engaged to his longtime girlfriend, Nicolette, in Italy. He ends up going on to say on an Instagram post, "To the love of my life, I never truly understood what love meant until I met you. You are not just my partner, but my best friend and my everything. I cannot wait to make a lifetime of memories with you. Nick, I love you." First of all, stunning ring that she's got on there. And also, if you look back at that, he does seem to be wearing orange. So apparently the Broncos quarterback, he understands the memo and knows Broncos country loves to see it. So again, congratulations are in order to them. Now, some sad news because the best starting five in basketball is no more, as the Denver Nuggets have lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to the Orlando Magic in free agency. As a shooting guard agreed to a 3-year, $66 million deal on Sunday, going to the Orlando Magic. This was the first major signing in the NBA's free agency this year, again, which happened yesterday. And I think it broke a lot of people's heart. It broke my heart. Again, we thought, let's run this back. But here was one of the things that was very interesting about this whole deal. First of all, KCP had many suitors, not just the Nuggets that were very interested in bringing him back. But the Philadelphia 76ers, the Indiana Pacers, and the Dallas Mavericks all had their name in conversations for KCP. But again, he ends up going to the Magic. So this leaves Christian Brown to be the likely starter for the Nuggets. Here's the thing, though. Everybody was like, okay, the Nuggets are being cheap and apparently not offering him as much money. It doesn't seem that is the case. It seems like they actually did offer him quite a bit of money, and he ended up deciding to go down to the Magic. So was there a dispute in the locker room that nobody knows about? Was he just wanting to, spend the rest of his years down there in Florida, not here in the Mile High City? I just find it hard to believe that he didn't want to go after another championship, but maybe he sees more potential with Orlando than he does with the Nuggets. I don't know what it is. And I feel like we could speculate all day, but regardless, KCP no longer with the Denver Nuggets. Again, he was offered a salary that was pretty similar, but being told to go over to Orlando. The Nuggets, however, though, are bringing back DeAndre Jordan, which is a huge win. Again, not just for what's happening out on the court. Let's be real. DJ didn't do a ton last year. He went in for a few minutes. He was good in those minutes, but he's really good for the locker room, and that's where he is regarded as that key locker room presence, and I can attest to that from the time that I've spent in there as a media member. DJ brings that team together. He is like that funny guy that cracks jokes. It's very serious because he's a leader. So many people obviously know who DeAndre Jordan is, but just a huge locker room presence, and I think that it's going to be giving the Nuggets some minutes when needed, but a lot of people are hoping that Deron Holmes is going to kind of come in and fill in that spot. Again, just to give Jokic a little bit more breathing time and everything else. So, of course, DeAndre Jordan was on the Denver championship team during the 2022-2023 season. This is a one-year deal worth $3.6 million. So, good news, DeAndre Jordan's coming back. Not great news, KCP is out the door. Now, this might also be some good news for Lakers fans, I guess, because LeBron James is going to opt out of his player option because he wants to probably play with his son, which makes a lot of sense, to be honest. We're obviously seeing what's ended up happening there with the Lakers drafting Bronny James, but one source has confirmed that James fully intends to stay with the team, but Shams, of course, how can we dispute Shams, says that James is planning to opt out of the $51.4 million player option to go into free agency just so he can save some money for the Lakers. So he's planning to renegotiate with them after, again, the Lakers took their kid, or his kid. So good news and bad news. Now, the reason I bring up LeBron James and the Lakers, and a lot of people aren't totally about this, is because the Lakers are also being talked about as that they want Klay Thompson as well. If I could talk, you guys. Apparently, I'm getting distracted with all the beautiful views that we have out here on the Ravenna Golf Course. But the Nuggets were being said that they had interest in Klay Thompson if KCP left. KCP obviously left, so it was like, is Klay Thompson going to possibly be coming to be a Denver Nugget? LeBron James apparently called Klay Thompson right when free agency opened last night, and these conversations will go into negotiations, of course, to see if Klay will end up going to the Lakers. Will he still be in conversation with the Nuggets? He really hasn't been linked to it besides earlier or late last week, but I know a lot of people were interested in getting Klay Thompson to come out here. But again, he'd have to take a major pay cut if that was the case. So LeBron James calling Klay Thompson to see if he would be a Laker. Now, last basketball one we got for you. The Detroit Pistons have finally found their next head coach over the weekend. The team has reportedly agreed to a 5-year deal with former Cavs coach J.B. Bickerstaff. The Pistons were the last team in the league without a head coach after firing Monty Williams just 1 year into a record $78.5 million contract. Bickerstaff has had the team finish a league's worth 14-68 last season with the Cavs, so they're apparently hoping that they can turn it around over there. But interesting enough, lots going on in the NBA, lots going on in the NHL as well. So let's move into some hockey because we got some Avs to talk about. Roll that transition, Trey. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I know stuff was happening literally as we were hitting go live, and I already see some of the comments coming down as well. So we will get to some of that. But first, Pavel Francouz, obviously he retired. Guess what? He will in fact be coming back, but not as a player. He will be joining the Avs in some capacity as a goaltender development role. I love this for him. I love seeing him return back. Obviously, he was a major part of the Avs winning their Stanley Cup back in 2022, so that's very exciting. Another exciting one is across the 4 teams, that is Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the USA. The first 24 players that will participate in the upcoming 4 Nations tournament, which again is replacing the All-Star tournament in case you missed that news, they have been announced, and 3 of them will play for the Colorado Avalanche. No surprise. Cale Makar, Nathan MacKinnon, and Mikko Rantanen will all suit up for this tournament, which will be really, really cool. Some of the best. Obviously, you got the Hart winner with Nathan MacKinnon out there, so really good stuff. And then also the NHL draft was this past weekend. There is a ton of names that you have to get to. We do not have the full list for you, but you can definitely check out lots of good people over on social media who have put it out. But I want to give you some of the trade details because this is kind of the major storyline for the Colorado Avalanche. So they made 9 selections, the 2024 NHL draft held on Friday and Saturday at the Sphere in Las Vegas. We have pictures. It was so cool to be able to see how they did everything in the Sphere. They've got like Colorado Avalanche stuff coming down on it. It was just overall really, really cool. And the graphics and visual stuff it was just awesome to be able to see. But on Friday, the Avalanche acquired. Oh, here we go. Look at how cool that looks. It's like broken glass up on the top. Got all of the names going down. Colorado Avalanche. It looks really that cute. Jesse Antonio from Guerrilla Sports posting this picture. It looks great. But they acquired 1 second-round selection, the 38th overall, and 1 third-round pick, 71st overall, and a 2025 second-round selection previously acquired from the New York Rangers from Utah, exchanged for the number 24th overall pick. So on Saturday, Colorado acquired a third-round pick, which was 76th overall, and a fifth-round selection, 161st overall from Buffalo, in exchange for the 71st overall pick, which was previously acquired from Utah. So Utah is really just doing all of the things out there. So yeah, definitely a lot of moves, a lot of names that people aren't going to recognize that they drafted. They start so young. Like there are players that they ended up drafting who are going to go back to college and play for their collegiate teams this year. So nobody that you're probably going to be seeing this year very much, but again, just a lot of names and a lot of trades that caught the headlines as well, as they were clearly working the phones, which tells you one thing about this Colorado Avalanche team. They're looking at now. The future is now, and that's what they want to do. So they're going to hit free agency hard instead of the draft and try and go after free agency, get the players that you need this year to build up hopefully another championship team, and then you'll get all of your draft picks for later on in a couple of years when you're hopefully having to rebuild after you won a few more Stanley Cups. So that's what this draft told me. So plenty of good stuff, but now on to baseball. Let's roll it. So, Major League Baseball is changing the 2024 All-Star Home Run Derby. This is one of my favorite events. You know, I'm not much of a baseball girl, probably because the Rockies have been so bad for so long. I just could never really get into it, but the rules have changed, and I love the Home Run Derby. So, being instituted, these rules are because players have expressed concern that the pace of the event moved too fast, which it did. It was a super fast-paced event. So, since the Derby changed to a time format in 2015, batters have raced through as many swings as possible. But now Now, within each of the competition's 3 timed rounds, players will see a maximum of 40 pitches. The actual time limit for each round will stay the same, with 3 minutes for each of the first 2 rounds and 2 minutes for the finals. If a batter earns bonus time by hitting at least 2 homers of 440 feet or more, that will no longer be timed. He can also earn a 4th out by hitting a 425-foot homer as well. So is like, boom, you can do a lot in this. But I do like that this is going to be more of a timed event, and they're not going to see as many pitches because they are just moving so fast. It has to be so hard on your shoulders, your arms, just everything. So yeah, I'm kind of okay for this. But this will also have another change. That was be going from a head-to-head bracket to the top 4 first-round scores advancing to the semifinals. This will be broken in, or ties will be broken by the longest home run hit in the first round. And this year's 2024 All-Star Home Run Derby will be held on July 15th in Arlington, Texas. So it'll be here before we know it. Also, the Rockies did get the 5-4 win yesterday against the Chicago White Sox, but the Rockies are 68 and 133 in their last 200 games. This stands alone as the worst 200 game span in history. So Rockies making history in all the wrong ways yet again. They will be taking on the Milwaukee Brewers tonight at 6:40. And last thing we got for you guys on this Monday, Angel Reese is celebrating a big milestone. She had 10 points and 16 rebounds Sunday in Chicago's 70-62 loss to the Minnesota Lynx. She made WNBA history and recorded her 10th consecutive double-double and broke Candace Barker's mark after the former Los Angeles Spark guard had 9 straight in 2015. Reese is the only player in her rookie class to have an average a double-double, and was the only one to average at least 2 assists per game outside of Caitlin Clark before Sunday's slate of games begin. I see you guys telling me my mic is breaking up, which is breaking my heart a little bit. I'm like, why is that happening? I want to see some of your guys' comments. Let's see. Good morning, Rachel. Nice country in the background. Wished I lived in the mountains. Okay, first of all, is this not stunning? Ravina Golf Course in Littleton, you guys, just absolutely beautiful. Like I said, we've got a few multi-million-dollar homes out here. It just looks great. Some players are finally hitting the golf course. You could probably maybe see them just a smidge back there, but it's gorgeous out here. I'm really excited because, again, David Bruton, former NFL player, former Bronco, is out here raising money for Bruton's Books, which is, again, just a charity to help literacy when it comes to kids. So amazing opportunity for a lot of people. We're going to see a few former Broncos players out here. Our good friend over at 104.3 The Fan, Sean Marino, is going to be here. So overall, just really, really good stuff. Let's see. What is up with the rumors of Russell Westbrook coming to the Nuggets? Okay, I've seen a ton of this, and I think it's just a hot name, and Russell Westbrook obviously wants to earn a ring. Like, that's no surprise. That's why he's gone to so many of these quote-unquote super teams and all of this stuff. That's why I think he's being linked to the Nuggets, because the Nuggets are still in that championship window. Do I think it's actually going to happen? I really, really do not think so, but you can enjoy the conversation. Let's hear. It's kind of the same exact thing with Klay Thompson. Like, it doesn't seem very likely. Plus, would they gel with this Nuggets team? Remaining for Aaron Gordon, Dahmer, MPJ, and Colio, which I feel like you have to find somebody who will gel and understand their role in this team, and really needs somebody defensively as well. So do I think Russell Westbrook will become? No, I do not. Yep, this just happened moments before we went live today. Cavs are losing Trent to the Minnesota Wild. Per hockey news, yes. Free agency games are here. We're going to see what ends up happening with Jonathan Druin. I know that's going to start a lot of major conversations. A bit of a heartbreak, obviously, with the Druin and McKinnon story, backstory. Came here, hopefully able to win a ring. I hope personally that they keep Jonathan Druin. I thought that he's well on off his ship on the ice this year, but of course, office facing something different, or they're not agreeing on a number to keep him out here. So we'll end up seeing what happens. Sports.com will have you covered all day long when it comes to anything free agents news. So definitely make sure you check that out. Let's see. Oh, wait, more. Good morning. Hello, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for just a little bit today. Let's see. Clay won't be coming here. I'm pretty sure he'll become a Laker. We need at least 2 solid players. I think you need 1 solid player to come in right now. And I know and I get it when it comes to everything that's happening with this Denver squad. We're all kind of freaking out because KCP is on, and it sucks. I totally get it. You still have 4 of the best players on the world, and you have the number 1 best player. So don't stress too much, everybody. Just take a breather, and we can trust in Calvin Booth. after this year, we can give him a grade. If he can't return back and hopefully win another championship, then I feel like you can start really, really judging Calvin Booth out there. Let's see. I'd be surprised if we got a superstar name. I do too. I mean, nobody really knew who Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was unless you paid a lot of attention to basketball. KCP became a household name at that point, so I'm totally with you on that front. NHL free agency is going wild. That indeed it is. It is going crazy. Denversports.com, we're going to have everything related to the Avalanche. Make sure you're listening to 104.3 The Fan as well. I'm out here at Ravenna Golf Course all day. I will be doing Coffee Break Live from here, talking to some of the former Bronco players, hopefully, about what they see with their new quarterbacks, how they're feeling about that. Of course, David Bruton talking about the books out here for all of the kids as well. So plenty of good stuff. We will bring all the breaking news to you guys that we can, but I appreciate you for spending a little bit of time with me here on this Monday as well. So thank you guys so much. And then we will see you at 12 o'clock right back here. The clouds are gorgeous. It's beautiful to be out here. Happy Monday, everybody. And we will see you guys later. Bye, everyone.